So Bill Gates spoke at the World Food Prize event a couple of years ago when I was there, and described how the Rockefeller told him that GMOs were so good, and he was insulated with all these people who have these talking points, and he was given these books that we know are completely based on false science, and these are the books that he's read. And these companies have done this before with politicians. They're expert at this. In fact, Dan Glickman, former Secretary of Agriculture under Clinton, said, what I saw generically from the probiotic side was the attitude that the technology was good, and it was almost immoral to say that it wasn't good, because it was going to feed the hungry and clothe the naked. And if you're against it, you're Luddites, you're stupid. He said, you felt like you're almost disloyal or an alien by trying to present an open-minded view. He said when he diverted from the written speeches, because he was written into his speeches, he said he was slapped around by the people in the Clinton administration and by the industry. He thought he was going to lose his job. I describe in the book Seeds of Deception how they did a full court press on the Irish Prime Minister when he came to the United States. The same talking points from all these different people, creating an energy that it's a safe technology, etc., etc. So I haven't talked to Bill Gates, but I heard what he said about GMOs, and he was fundamentally wrong. He was fundamentally wrong about the technology. If he thinks that the technology is like software or hardware, that you can take one thing and put it into the other, he's missing the side effects that can occur from these complex biological systems. And I'd love to sit down with him and show him how the technology does not fulfill the same fundamental requirements of the technology he's been used to, but actually how these assumptions about how it works, how you just put a gene in and that's all you do, it's completely false. The process of genetic engineering creates massive collateral damage in the DNA, so you can change the functioning of dozens of genes, even thousands, even hundreds of genes in the plant. The genes can transfer to gut bacteria, etc., etc. I mean, there's so much information that if he knew about, he wouldn't be giving millions of dollars to Africa for technology that doesn't actually work for Africa. You know, the ISTAD report, which is the most comprehensive evaluation of feeding the world, more than 400 scientists were involved, sponsored by the UN, the WHO, and WTO, and all that. It turns out they said GMOs have nothing to offer feeding the world in their current state. Nothing. That agroecology, which has been proven to be far more effective at feeding the world, is the appropriate technology. And the Gates Foundation completely ignores it. The person in charge of their agricultural giving is Monsanto's former vice president. So of course they're going to ignore it.